Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Paul from Vintage Sports Card Finds, and I'm really excited to do this video today because it is one of my favorite type of videos to do. It's a video update on some of the cards, on some of the sets I've featured in the past, and one of those, two of those sets got a little bit of a boost. But specifically one. I made a purchase from a viewer of the channel who saw one of my set updates. He said he had some cards from some of those early sets from the 70s. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you know that the only sets that I'm really missing any cards from the 70s is 70, 71, and 72. So I made a purchase from Scott, who is a viewer of the channel, and I was able to pick up some cards. So let's look at some cards. Number one is this one here. This is a Ken Singleton card from the 72 set. I was hoping that, now Scott had told me he had a bunch of 1972s, and I told him, I said, predominantly need high numbers, but you know, as it turns out, even with the high number of cards he had, he didn't have any high number of cards. Maury Willis in action card. So that's a nice card. Card 438. And the good news is there were a lot of star cards that I was able to bang out in this one particular purchase. It's a Tom Seaver. Sorry for the glare off of the penny sleeves, but I really wanted to keep them protected because they're going from this video right into the boxes, the 72 box of the binder. So that's a nice one there. Pretty sound condition on the 72s. Billy Williams, another in action that I was missing. And I mean, obviously centering is an issue, but if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you know that centering is not my end-all be-all for a lot of this stuff, especially early 70s cards. And then this one I thought was a nice pickup. Card looks really sharp. Again, a little bit of centering issues on this, but the Johnny Bench in action. Decently centered. Pretty decent centering on the back as well. But the card looks sound. Not a lot of issues on the corners. Obviously, one of the main challenges when you're buying cards like this from someone who's far away, you know, what we did was we looked at, he sent me pictures of some of the star cards. I got a feel for a similar condition, went on eBay, checked the comps, and then made an offer based on that, and Scott accepted, so we were good. And so he mailed me the cards, and I will be putting a check in the mail to him tomorrow morning. So here's a Thurman Munson, the 72. This is a nice one. Centering looks strong. Some issues a little bit on the corners, but nothing major. You can see pretty sound card. So that was a big one. But the real reason I was excited was not the 72s, because the 72s are great, and but I still need a ton from the last series. What really got me excited about this purchase was the 1971s. Now, going into this particular deal, I was needed 33 cards. And as it turns out, Scott had 18 of them, which was great. So that brings me down to needing roughly 15 cards. But yeah, 15 cards. And I'm going to show some quick ones here. This is Ike Brown. This is obviously high number, 659. I'll kind of zip through these, but the big ones are at the end. The Al Weiss, again, 751. These are in great shape. These high numbers are in really, really nice shape. The centering may or may not be there, obviously, but when I think of nice shape, I think of, do they have creases and stuff? This one looks like it has a crease. It does. But, that's to be expected. You see that this one has a crease, but I try to get as best of an upgrade as I can. Tommy Aaron. But compared to some of the 71's high numbers I have, which are just beat all to hell, some of them anyway, these look great. Bill Burback, Jerry Robertson, pitcher, Mets. That one looks sound. I haven't really given these the total once over yet. I got them in the mail today, but I was so excited that I wanted to do the video and then get them right into my book. I'll get a better assessment of, all the goods on them once I'm putting them in a book. Russ Nagelson. So as you can see, he was able to help me bang out a lot of high number cards in the 700s, which was kind of where I needed. So I was excited to get these out of the way. Russ Schneider, 653. And then come the big dogs. Cards I needed for this set. I may have some of these cards. I don't think I have too many, but I may have one or two of these cards graded. But because the book, the set is in a binder, I like to have a version in the binder. So, and when I think of that, I specifically think of this Clemente. I don't even know if I have the Clemente in a holder or not. But either way, I wanted a Clemente for the binder. So this is Roberto Clemente. It looks nice. And it's a semi-high number. It's a 630. So always a challenge. Now a lot of these stars are going to be from... this is the Hank Aaron. I did not have it, so I was glad to get it. I mean, it's obviously has issues. Has a crease there on the top near the R and the A of the Braves. Some little bit of dinging on some corners. But overall, a pretty nice Hank. I was just glad to get it. Card number 400. So that one's out of the way. And then, of course, if I come across a better one and I want to upgrade it, I will at some point. And then I'll sell that one. But here's a Frank Robinson. Centering issues, obviously. Miscut, it looks like. A little bit of a bend back on this corner. And, I tried to take... You do the best with the pictures that you have available. And I tried to get him to send all of the big ones, pictures of all the big cards, so that I'd have a pretty decent idea of what they look like. And I could make a reasonable decision in terms of comping the values on that. So this Rich Allen, another tough one, card number 650. Looks pretty sound except for, some corners, a little bit on the corners. And then, of course, the centering on that one. This Mel Stottlemyre. This one's for 1971 is a Blazer. Really, really nice. I was really excited to get that one. Looked good in the binder. It's Harmon Killebrew. Has some wear around the edges. As you can see him, the corner up there. A little bit of corner issues, but I mean, geez, everything in 1971 sticks out. Again, card 550, so that's probably stars from above 500 are tougher to find. This one looks nice, you know, by 1971 standards. You know, again, I'll inspect it a little bit closer as I look into to put them into the binder. You know, there might be a bend here or there, but they look strong. This one looks really nice. This is Willie Mays. And then Ernie Banks. Again, some issues around the corners, but I don't see any creasing. Just some edge issues, some corner issues. You know, it is what it is. That's to be expected a little bit. But as long as the card's not all creased up and banged all the hell, I love it. And then lastly, I'm going to take this one out. I mean, this is a beater. All right, it's got issues, but who doesn't, right? I was just so glad to get this card. I got it at a reasonable price. You'll see why. Because it just, I mean, there's some staining, some stuff that's, you know, residue on here. I don't know what the heck happened to this Nolan Ryan, but it's a Nolan Ryan. It's a Nolan Ryan. It looks what it is. Beat to hell. It's not all like, it's not a one. It's not all creased up or anything like that. It's got a crease there. A little bit of a crease there. I don't know what the staining is. Looked like somebody might have been having a soda at some point in 1971 or had a pop, and they accidentally spilled some on Nolan here. Again, you see a little bit more there. So there were some moisture issues in this card at some point. But listen, as far as I'm concerned, nice card. Nolan Ryan. I don't own it. Now I do. I'm excited to have it. Sorry about that. Excited to have it. And again, as the time comes and I upgrade this card, which I'm sure I will at some point, this one will go for sale, and hopefully I'll be able to get roughly what I quoted him for, right? Because I paid a price for the whole batch, you know what I mean? But I know in my head, and I wrote down, you know, kind of what I paid for each card, roughly. And, you know, hopefully I'll be able to get close to that. I mean, it's a Nolan Ryan from 1971, so there'll always be a market for this card, even like this. So, I'll be, you know, but we'll upgrade it as we go. I couldn't be more excited. I want to thank Scott for having the faith in me. He certainly, we did touch base on the phone. Once I had come up with a price, I wanted to talk to him in case he had any questions in terms of the pricing. He did not. He was good with the offer I made. I basically was like, hey, this is a kind of a set price of what I thought the comps were going for. And then, you know, I made an offer with a little bit of room for myself going forward. Not a lot, but a little, because I wanted these cards, quite frankly. So I was not going to lowball it, because I wanted to own the cards, quite frankly. So I paid very close, very, very close to comps. And, you know, of course, you're buying in bulk. So, you know, it's not huge bulk, but you're buying a little bit of a collection. So there's a little bit of a discount there. But again, it was very close to comps for what the condition of the cards were. But I'm good with that. He was good with that. And so that was great. And now I get to do my favorite part, which is to put these cards in, cross off some cards off the list. 1971 is now down to 15 cards. That's right, 15 cards. I'm going to be honest, I never thought my 1971 set would be anywhere near that, so I'm stoked. I also made another purchase, and so there will be another video this week of a really exciting purchase I made that I was thrilled to get, and so on and so forth. So we will be doing another video shortly. For those of you who our subscribers, thanks so much for your continued support. Feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the cards, what you think of the which one's your favorite. If you have any stories related to you owning some of these cards, either as a kid or recently in recent pickups, that sort of thing. And feel free to comment, share, like, subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thanks so much. And as always, guys, happy hunting. Thank you.